Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. And I hope y'all can't hear all the thudding and, booming around me. It's huge chunks of snow falling off the trees onto the top of this building. We had a big snowfall again last night, woke up to it this morning. So not at all happy about that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm just hoping you all aren't hearing it like I am. What I want to talk about today is this culture of fear that it seems a lot of people are living in now that is solely to be laid at the feet of the anti-gunners. People, usually left of center, that don't like guns, so they demonize them. And they teach people to be afraid so that they'll turn to politicians to make them safe, save me, that kind of thing, the savior syndrome, which politicians love that stuff. But today I want to talk about one example of that I saw recently, in fact, just the other day, that just drives me crazy. This is a perfect example of this culture of fear that so many people are living in that they don't need to live in, except for the fact that politicians on the left benefit from them living in it. And I'm not saying the politicians on the right don't benefit, but they do. They just tend to do it in different ways. The fear of guns is pretty much, the fault of the left. So I was looking on the forums. We have these internet forums for our neighborhood. I'm sure most places have them. It's a place where if you live in a certain area, there's a bulletin board you can go post on. It's where you can post, found a dog or lost a dog or share recipes or talk about road conditions like today if there's a storm. And also you can post on there if you see like suspicious activity or anything else you just want to share with people. And the other day, someone shared that they heard gunshots at like 1:30 downtown. And I was like, well, sometimes people will think they heard a gunshot and it's not a big deal. People will tell them, no, that was just, whatever. But this time, there were dozens of people that responded. I heard it too. And responses ranged to everything from, I didn't know what to do. I pulled over to the side of the road and just stopped and, didn't want to drive in case I was going to drive into gunfire, to, we got out of our car or we ran out of our house and tried to see what was going on and we had to go seek cover because we were afraid. One person was talking about how they pulled their car over, got out and huddled down in the ditch because they heard gunfire. Another person said they were in a hardware store and they heard the gunfire, so they went to the back of the store. Just a lot of people heard this and reacted to it. Turned out it was a backfire from a car. A car backfired at one of the mechanic shops that's right down there in the center of town, and the guy who owned the shop actually came on and said, that was us. We were working on this engine, and it had 3 consecutive bop, bop, bops, burbles is what we call them in the car industry, the car culture. So he was like, that's all it was. It was right about 1:30, it was 3 shots, and people have been saying, I heard 3 shots. And then other people were like, I think there was like 9 shots, because they heard echoes and they're not good at telling the difference between shots and echoes. But turns out it was a backfiring car, but dozens of people had heard it and panicked. They didn't say, I heard a bang and I wondered what it was. It was, I heard gunshots and I sought cover, or I panicked and ran to the back of the building. We huddled in fear for a little while until we were, safe to go back out. That was the general reaction. And it wasn't until after that guy posted stuff that other people were like, yeah, I heard it too. I figured it was a car backfire, etc. People were panicked. And it's because of a culture of fear they're living in. They're being told every day, you're probably going to get shot if you leave the house today. Your kids are probably going to be shot if they go to school. And that's just not the case. I would understand telling somebody, hey, be careful if you leave the house today. You might get shot if you lived in like Jamaica. But here in America, it's not very likely to happen. Now, it'd be more likely to happen like if you lived in Compton in the late 80s or something. There'd be more truth to that statement. But generally, as an American in any decent part of town or city or anywhere in this country, even in the lesser, less safe parts of town, chances are you're not going to get shot. But politicians have convinced everyone that it's just a matter of time before you're the victim of gun violence, that people have actually started living in this little bubble of fear and paranoia. This is what politicians are doing to people. This is disgusting. There are so many problems in this world and in this country itself that politicians should be dealing with to make people actually safer, to make people's lives actually better. But that doesn't benefit them, and none of their friends get rich off that stuff. So what they'd rather do is just create this culture of fear so people live in paranoia, people live in a constant state of not knowing what's going to happen next, uncertainty. Like I said, they're just generally afraid. The politicians love that, so they perpetuate that so that they can be everyone's savior from a problem that doesn't even exist. Hey everybody, before I go, I want to remind everyone that we will be reading the new recipients of TYM Triple P in a couple of days here. We read the last ones last month, which was Misty D, Rachel W, Scott J, and Zach A, and I have sent the products out already, so they have actually received their items by now. So I want to remind everyone we'll be doing that again here soon. If you are unfamiliar with TYM Triple P, that is an organization that this channel runs. It's one you all sponsor and you make possible. It's the only type of program like this in any gun channel, or I would say anywhere in the country, that helps people who can't afford to exercise their Second Amendment rights become better protectors of their family, themselves, their homestead, etc. So if you want to be a part of that program, one of the few people that's part of this exclusive program, this one-of-a-kind program, please go over to patreon.com/The Yankee Marshal and support this channel. By supporting this channel through Patreon, you are supporting TYM Triple P and other projects we do. So please go over, support the channel and the good works we do. And I appreciate it. The people who benefit from it appreciate it. Even if it's just, they want deadlocks for their front door because they live in a bad area. TYM Triple P will help them with that. We will provide them a gift certificate to do it. Whatever way they think they can best be safe and prepared where they live, TYMP helps them. And you're the guys that make that possible by going over and being a patron of the channel. And with that being said, I am out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I appreciate everything y'all do. I hope to see you again on Monday. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Hey everybody, Yankee here. Just wanting to remind everyone, if you want to support this channel and the programs that we sponsor, or you just want some official Yankee Marshal Posse merchandise, you can go over to tympistolproject.com, and there is a wide selection of merchandise over there. Pick yourself out something, buy yourself something nice. Anytime you buy a t-shirt, you get 2 entries into this month's friend drawing. You buy any other item, you get 1 entry into this month's friend drawing, and all profits go to the Pets and Vets Fund that we support. So go on over, get yourself some merch, help save an animal in need, and maybe win a prize. Hey everyone, Yankee here. In my videos, we often cover some complicated subjects with a lot of gray area. So if you would like to further discuss anything said in my videos, please join us in one of my live chats. Live chats are held most days at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they are at 5 p.m. Pacific. There is a clickable link to the live chats in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you disagree with anything I've said in a video, feel free to participate in Spank the Yank. You can come on the live discussion panel and let me know face-to-face how I was wrong.